Can I replace all of these with this? Let's find out. Yo everybody, Duff here. Yes, I got a new robotic vacuum, the Shark AI Ultra Robot. It's the self-empty XL model. Bought this on Amazon. And let me get this opened up and see what we got inside. And the vacuum itself. Let me take this. Let me kind of clean it up and see what kind of interesting stuff we got here. So many protective pieces of plastic on this thing. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Do I have them all off yet? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Nifty. Oh, another floor cleaning robot, by the way. Yeah, let me just give you a quick brief history. I've had floor vacuuming robots since the very first Roombas. I had the original Roomba. I had the Roomba that you use to clean like workshops. I've probably had at least a dozen different cleaning robots in my lifetime. I've always been a fan. Currently, my collection of robots are the Neato. I think this is the XV. That is a very old robot. It still works, but not so great. It's starting to have some problems. A Dbot EcoVax. I don't remember the exact model number on this. This is a robot that vacuums. Just point to it quickly. Vacuums and supposedly mops the floor. You can switch it over. I've only really used it for the floor vacuuming part of things. It's okay. It has a small dustbin. The vacuum's not that strong. I'm not a huge fan of that. And then I have a base model iRobot Roomba I got a couple years ago. Like I said, it's the base model. Not a big fan. It's kind of dumb, bounces around, gets stuck a lot. Not a big fan of that either. So my hope is I can replace all three of these robots with that new Shark model that you just saw. Okay, this robot does not come with the side brushes installed, so I'm going to install them, and I believe it's just a push-on kind of deal. It is. It's kind of interesting. I've never had a robot that only has brushes that only have one brush. I've had them that have two brushes, you know, on each piece. Two brushes or even four. This only has one on each one. That's kind of interesting, right? Now what I need to do is figure out where I want to put this thing. The base, the cleaning base, has a plug in the back here. I'm not sure if it'll fit under that bench where I have my other robots or not. I was messing around with this as I was removing the protective wrapping. It's interesting. This is the dust bin. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so this is the dust bin. Has a filter in it. So how do you? I'm curious how you empty it out. Let me look at something. I mistakenly thought that this was a power button up here. This is actually how you release the dustbin. You just press that, it pops it out, and then here is your bin. And then here's a little trap door. You just push that, and that's how you just dump that out in the trash. It doesn't look like you have to buy bags, which is kind of nice. I've seen the higher end iRobot models that have this waste storage system, and you had to buy like bags to put them in. I don't believe you have to buy bags for this, so that's kind of nice. So really what I need to do is set this up and let it charge and continue it once I have a full charge in this thing. It looks like this will actually just fit under here, which is cool. Yeah, it will just fit. So that's nice. I'll be able to keep everything under here nice and tidy. Oh, I missed it. It just started to when I put it into the dock. Oh, wow, it's still talking to me. It initiated a cycle where it looked like it was trying to pump out if there's anything inside the robot. It was trying to suck it into the bin, and now it looks like it's clearly charging. So I'll be back. Okay, I am now recording inside of the app for the Shark. Since you saw me last, I've set this up. I've let it do its initial run just so you get a feel for how the robot works. And so yeah, so far so good. Right now you're looking at what the robot has mapped out as my floor plan. Basically what you do is, once the robot is set up and fully charged, it took a few hours for it to charge, it wants to do a mapping run where you take everything that could be a potential obstacle off the floor, open up the doors to any rooms that you want cleaned potentially, and then it just goes around. It's not sweeping, but it just goes around and it literally maps the room, each room in your house. And this did a pretty admirable job of doing so. Once it maps the rooms, then you go into the app and you put a little boundary box around each room. So you can, and the reason you do that is you are able to have it do specific cleaning in just rooms. You can say, okay, we'll go clean, room. You can rename these, but I just left them the generic names: room 2, room 3, room 4. You can tell it to just go hit that room and do what they call a matrix clean. And when it does a matrix clean, it goes over the entire area twice. So now what I've done since then, let's go to my history. This app, I'm impressed by the app. It's quite nice. It tells you the total runtime of the robot, how many cleaning runs it's done, the area that has been cleaned, and square footage. And then each day that it's run, you hit the date, and you can see what it cleaned. After I had it map the house, I had to go in and clean. That's my master bedroom. I had to go in and do a matrix clean, as you can see there. It did a matrix clean of the house, and this is its exploration run when it went around to map out the house. I guess that's the path it went to do the exploration run. So very cool. So what I did now is I have a schedule set up. Like you can see today, it did a normal clean run, and everything in blue there is what it cleaned. Looks like there's a couple spots it didn't get. Well, that's right. I had the door to the bathroom closed, so it couldn't get that one spot. And I have this on a schedule. It's very cool, right? It tells you exactly when stuff happens. Okay. So it started to clean at 1 o'clock. It went back to the dock at 1:45. Not quite sure why. Went back at 1:47. Started to clean again, and then went back at 2:33. I guess it finished by then. So you can get all. I mean, I'm an IT guy, so I appreciate all this information. Pretty cool. So if you want to go here, like how you set up the schedule, I just went in here. I have it running every day till at 1 o'clock. I'm not running on weekends, and it's super easy, man. It's just super easy. Cleans well. It's going back and it cleans it out in the home base. It sucks out whatever dust and hair that it gets out of there. I'm looking in the little window right now, and I'm not seeing anything appreciable in there. So I guess supposedly you can hold up to 60 days worth of debris in that bin, which I'll believe when I see, but that's pretty cool. So yeah, the initial experience that I've had with the Shark AI, my initial experience that I've had with the robot has been very positive. Okay, so if I remove the dustbin in the robot, I don't know if you can see in there, but it's nice and clean. Looks like its contents are definitely getting sucked out as they're supposed to. There is a paper filter here. I'm sure that is an item you need to either clean or replace on a regular basis. Snaps back into place, no problem. Underside looks fine for doing 4 runs. I didn't really look at this brush assembly very closely, but yeah, the brushes are good. No appreciable hair or junk on the brushes yet either. So there you go. That's my initial impression of the Shark vacuum robot. It's been good. So far, so good. I know the only other robot that I had that I could do that kind of scheduling with was my EcoVac robot, and that robot is not that great. It did not do a great job of cleaning, so I never really used it. With this Shark robot, I do plan to use the scheduling, keep my house as clean as possible at all times. I do have a dog, and she sheds a lot, so this is a good way to stay on top of that. And I'll be sure to post a follow-up video as I get more and more hours on this device to let you know if I am still as pleased as I was initially. So if you found this video interesting, please think about giving me a big thumbs up. I already put 2 of my 3 other vacuums that are already in the garage on a shelf, so I am hoping to cut down my robot army to 2, if not maybe just 1, depending on how well this goes. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're going to subscribe, you can hit the notify bell, which is over there somewhere. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. What kind of experience do you have with robot vacuum? I know some people, you know, they try them and they're too confusing, or they get too frustrated about certain aspects of it. I mean, you have to have realistic expectations when you own a robotic vacuum. That has been my experience over the last 20 years or so, and probably more than that, of owning robotic vacuum. Hopefully it serves me well. That's all I have for now. And until next time, Duffman out. Okay, let's tell it to Doc. Here she goes.